The inspiration.
Did it go through the captions?
Yeah. Amazing.
Already did.
Grab the link. I've already put it in one Discord. I'm only in like 3 Discords.
organization, specifically the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. There is no sound, Amber. Oh, got it. Live production. Do y'all hear us now?
Good thing for the subtitles.
Oh,
Honestly.
look at that. Hey, there we go.
Oh, we have audio.
They hear Joe, but not Amber.
Okay, hello? Yeah, y'all. All right, y'all got me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start again. Josephine, you did such a great job. Do you want to do a take two?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to do a take two. Great.
Just in
I'm
case.
Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I'll be your groundskeeper for this spooky game of Bluebeard's Bride. Bluebeard's Bride, a Powered by the Apocalypse based game where you are the various facets of the bride's mind, specifically the bride of Bluebeard, based off of a very harrowing French fairy tale. All of the proceeds for this game, this is a charity stream, all of the proceeds of this game are going to RAIN, an organization leading the national effort to end sexual violence. We would love to see some support. We have the Tiltify going there. Everything, as we said, is going to RAIN. That being said, content warning, this game has to do with all manner of feminine intimate horror, the psychological, mental, and domestic violence themes and otherwise of the experience of an arranged marriage and sort of this bride culture that we are going to be dissecting. As you can see, we have a little needle, little symbol on our overlay. If mention of needles or maybe even thematically eyes don't sit right with you or your stomach, please take care of yourself throughout this game. I will sort of now lead it to my wonderful brides. Oleander, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and what you do and who you will be playing.
Hello, I am Oleander. I use they, them pronouns and he pronouns. And you can find me at Stray Nerd Boy on TikTok, on Twitter, and on Tumblr if you still holding it out over there. You can also find me as the co-host of Blurred of Mouth podcast at Blurred of Mouth Pod on Twitter. On next Sunday, we're going to be holding a horror panel. Actually, Joe and Kendo are going to be there at 2 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/nameless domain. And on Monday, the 17th, Blurred of Mouth launches our first actual play 3-part series. It's going to be an urban fantasy about 3 morally questionable people uncovering the truth behind the magic of a life-altering circus. And that launches next Monday, the first episode. So excited to see that. I will be playing the Virgin tonight in this game. And I'm excited.
Next, we have Brandy.
We do indeed. Hi, I'm Brandy Rose. You can find me on Twitter at the Brandy Rose. My pronouns are they, them, and today I will be playing the Fatale. My spiel is really long, so I'll do that at the end. Really long.
Word. Kendo.
Hello, I'm Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I use they, he pronouns. You can find me everywhere on the internet at kendomakesfilms. And you can find my you can find my award-winning actual play podcast everywhere you get your podcasts, Tales Yet Told. And you can find us on Twitter and Instagram to find out more information about this podcast at Tales Yet Told. And tonight, I will be your mother.
And Amber.
I'm sorry. I promise that's not funny. I just have a crush on Kendo. It's fine.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
I have a crush on you.
Oh, ooh. Hi, everybody. I'm Amber. This is my channel. Wow, what a thought. I am. If you're here, you know me. But if you're new here, hi. I am a TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, streamer, all of the above. I do everything. I edited Necrobiotic for Weave the Tale. I edited Flabbergasted, both of which are literally publishing like this week and next week. Finally. So Necrobiotic is like a horror game where, Necrobiotic is a horror game where people have figured out how to reanimate dead bodies, and that's a thing. And Flabbergasted is the opposite tone of that, where it is a 1920s inspired fun romp game inspired by faulty towers and whatever. Anyway, I host TTRPG Study Hall on Tuesday nights here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I work on some of my TTRPG projects. And then also starting tomorrow, I'm starting two series tomorrow, actually, because I don't know how to sit still. First, on Tavernet's channel, I'm gonna join a Delta Green 4-shot called It's Not Easy Being Delta Green. It is based off of The Muppet Show. It is wild. And then immediately after that, I'm going to come over and we're going to continue my Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke that we started last weekend. And then also this coming Friday, it's the return for Farewell Yellow House that Joe is running for us over on Going Critical. So lots of fun stuff happening this week. And I am playing the Witch, which, it's great. What else? I haven't won awards yet, but I will.
Hell yeah.
Speaking into existence.
It's the internet, Amber. Lie.
I haven't won.
True.
Okay, I haven't won.
Who's gonna fact check you?
I haven't won TTRPG awards, but I have won awards for employer branding. Also, speaking of raising funds and shit, we're already at $100 donated to our Tiltify.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all
Thanks,
so
y'all.
much.
such kind audience.
$10.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Amber.
Oh no, I just wanted to give a shout out to Brent, Dorklord Canada. Thank you for doing this, everyone. He says, so Brent's our top donor so far. We have Chaotic, who donated 30, and Valia Ling, thank you for your $10 donation. I'm working on putting the donations up on the overlay, so.
No sweat. We are unfortunately missing Foxy Eternal. Everyone go send over some love for them. Although we will not have our Animus, we are still going to have the rest of our Chaotic Brides. So
Yes.
If everyone of my brides are cool, I'd love to get started in setting the scene.
Yes.
Please do.
It's not so much Beauty and the Beast. It was never going to be like that for you. It was never going to be this distant prince out there in the woods where there was rumored to be animalistic violence, but then it turned out he was actually a turned prince because of a mistake he made from the past. No. You know that these rumors exceeded those types of connotation. Bluebeard whispered throughout the towns, overseas, throughout the villages, and all the way into your small, little provincial town. Yes, there were bakeries and gardens. Yes, your life could have been better, but it didn't need to get worse. Bluebeard and the rumors that surrounded him were only death. Were only of multiple brides. Were only ever known as rumors. But something always sat strangely within you and the people around you. But you've always had the different influences in your life, the different faces, so to speak. The ones that tore you into different directions, ones of duty, ones of honor and womanhood, how to be the best for your family, the best bride for your husband, or the most pure. With all of these separate sort of systems working in your mind, you found yourself one day being swept off your feet. Not really anything as romantic as that, but you were married to Bluebeard. It was confusing because you were poor. Maybe you didn't know how to read. Maybe you didn't have much family to begin with, but you can only assume how easy it was for any man such as Bluebeard to pick up any bride that he wanted. And this could be good for your family. This could be good for your village. But for whatever reason, in a new tightly bound dress, wires that knife into your sides, maybe in a comfortable way that you've managed, but certainly uncomfortable with its meaning, with what the knives and the wires and the frills and the lace, what does it mean for you to be wearing this dress? What does it mean as the doors close behind you? And as soon as you find yourself married to Bluebeard, your mind hazy, not remembering the travel to the manor, not remembering the process, the signature, the paperwork. You open your eyes and your hair was, the scalp sort of stings in all the different ways that it was combed. Your rounder body being cinched in the different places that they shouldn't be, not standardized. Your eyes stinging slightly with the different types of makeup and fumes that were given to you, although given as gifts. The slight tears that prickle, you're not sure what emotion that is exactly. Your lips almost rubbed raw and dry with the different types of lipsticks that were meant for maybe a painted bust, but not so much your lips. As you come back to your senses, you're grounding yourself in what your body actually feels like. Your husband, tall, domineering, deceptively peaceful, almost a blue blush from the apples of his cheeks, an incredibly perfectly blue dyed beard, or perhaps natural, as he says. An incredible blue dyed fabric and the golden accents and everything. He presents you a ring of keys. Pressing them into your hands, it is a weight as significant as a medicine ball, or just, it is a hefty ring of keys. All keys looking extremely different, extremely for different purposes. He says to you, in the approximate words, I will be leaving soon. It may be confusing. I understand that we've just married, but I have things that I must take care of so that we may live as comfortably as you'd like. This ring has all of the keys to the manor, all the keys to your hopes and dreams, anything that I could provide to you in this home that I've made for the both of us are yours. But there is one key. And as he mentions that, he moves the key that he's speaking of from the rings and presses it into your hands. His hands bigger, but softer than yours. This key is the one to my chambers. You will have your own chambers, you will have your own rooms. Multiple rooms. But this key to my chambers, I ask that you not go into. That is my only request. You may eat your fill, you may have the servants handle you, or you may handle them however you'd like. You can decide to plant certain things if you want, other as well. But I ask the one thing: you do not go into these chambers. Again, pressing the key into your hand. He gives you a very chaste, awkward kiss against your forehead, and then leaves. You're not sure why, but you weren't really able to make out what his eyes looked like. Maybe it's the stress. Maybe it's something else. As we find the bride, we're like pulling out of a cutscene right now. As we find this bride standing in the foyer with what used to be certainly a grand manor all around you. As soon as the door closes, your husband leaves. The atmosphere, the feeling, the color of the pillars and the wallpaper all around you spoil somehow. The smell is different. The feeling is different. The servants that walk around you busily are different. You can swear certain shadows as certain servants walk by are not the ones that you would expect. As we find this bride once again in this foyer, I would love to ask which sister, which facet of this bride would like to wear the ring. And what that means is inhabit the body and make some choices for us to start.
I guess which facet do we think would have seen him off?
Which one between all of you would be able to handle the hands clasping around your hands and being given that forehead kiss?
I think maybe the virgin.
Virgin. As you settle into the body, the ring ostentatious around your ring finger. You're looking at this ring of keys. What is a key that catches your eye? What does it look like?
I think a key that captures my eye is one that seems to be made of a strange white material, maybe bone, 3 prongs, and in the head of the key, the part that you hold when you turn it, is a singular ruby jewel. In the shape of a heart.
Gotcha. Also, as a reminder to the rest of the sisters, throughout play, although a sister may be wearing the ring or inhabiting the body, that doesn't mean that the other sisters don't also have influence. Y'all can talk to each other as you travel. Virgin, is there anything in the immediate foyer area that you would like to interact with or see? Otherwise, you can go ahead and make your little journey to see which door opens this key.
I think just sitting in this foyer, the virgin eye would probably look around and maybe ask one of the servants first if they know which door this key goes to. Since, I'm new here and there's a lot of doors. Maybe they could help me.
Do you reach out to someone young or old?
Older.
There's an older woman who at one point looked bright. Her dress looked clean. Now in this strange new spoil, her dress is dirty. And her brow bone and her stare and her jowls, it's much more unfriendly than you remember. Although this is perhaps the first time you've met her. She looks up at you, kind of squinting. Yes?
Hello, ma'am. I've been given the keys to the estate, until my husband returns, and I was wondering if you knew which door this key led to.
She looks at the ring, looks at you kind of up and down. That one, it's probably some room, second floor, one of the entertainment rooms.
Second floor entertainment. Okay. Thank you.
Which one are you?
What do you mean by that?
What? Has the new year passed already?
Excuse me?
Is it a new year?
I suppose. Yes.
So you might be all right. Don't worry about it. Go upstairs, go enjoy your little room for whatever reason.
Okay. Well, Happy New Year. And thank you for your help.
Have a good one, Miss Elizabeth. Your name's not Elizabeth. She walks away.
Okay. Bye, miss. That was...
I wouldn't mind it, sister. I'm obviously just having a little game with herself.
I guess.
We can tell ourselves that.
Maybe. They just think it's fun.
I mean, we could call ourselves Elizabeth as we wander these halls. I mean, new life, new name, right?
What good do we do pretending we're someone else? There's no point in that.
But there's no fun
Playing-
in not trying.
And what do
Playing
we gain
pretend
from
can be fun.
Are we here to have fun? Is that why we're here?
I
Well,
mean,
we're not here to be miserable. We're here to be safe, taken care of, rich, powerful, by
And we-
proxy.
do have all of the keys in the house, and there's a lot of rooms. I passed at least 30 on the way here.
Okay, yes, I'm not saying we shouldn't explore. I'm just saying we shouldn't go calling ourselves Elizabeth. We are the maiden of the house, after all. We should be known for who we are, not some failure before us.
Let's check out that room. Entertainment would be nice. I'm bored. There's nobody to play with.
Well,
That person was so old.
they were quite old.
Very old.
You're one to talk.
Um,
All right.
Virgin walks upstairs, passing by wilted flowers, molding wood, broken glass. But then you sort of turn your shoulder, and the wallpaper is almost as fresh as new. Sort of shaking your head from whatever that may be, you find the door that seems to match the key. The plaque at the top of the door, titling what this door is. That ruby heart matches the plaque. And what you find is the marionette room.
Marionettes. I wonder if there's a puppeteer.
I hope not.
Not a fan of puppets.
Only the humankind.
Interesting. Well, if there's not a puppeteer, we can always give it a shot.
Well,
Those might not be the type of toys that they're particularly looking for, but it's something.
yeah. Fine. I don't see why we can't play with the marionettes.
Yes.
what was with those stairs? We need to get somebody to fix that. We're supposed to be rich. Can't have mold.
Well, it's a big place. Maybe they are already renovating certain areas.
Well, let's check it out. Hopefully there's no mold in the puppet room.
The marionette room, the door, as you turn the key and reach the threshold, you are immediately met with needing to adjust your eyes for the light and the noise suddenly of genuinely almost a toy store room. A train zips up in the ceiling. There is a grandfather clock that has a silly face engraved into it. Rows and rows of shelved puppets of all varying sizes. Dolls. But most notably, there is quite a lot of these dolls and puppets that have buttons for eyes, rather than the sort of ceramic, notable doll eye shape. But it is a delight. It is a child's delight in this room. And you do notice that there is someone that seems to be sleeping behind a desk, just sort of like laying their head against the desk.
Oh my.
Well, that won't do. Go, wake them up.
We should go touch
Wake them
it.
up.
Wake them up, yes.
Okay.
Maybe playing with them would be more fun.
Sure. Should I just shake them?
Keep some
Oh.
distance. Oh, maybe. Wait, is there any kind of puppet sticks?
Like
Like loose sticks?
Oh,
Ooh.
very good idea, yes.
Yeah, we don't need to touch anyone unnecessarily.
It will
Okay.
also
Loses
Okay.
act as
effect that way.
I hope he doesn't.
Easy enough.
He isn't offended by me using a stick.
Or Bluebeard's bride. Who cares if he's offended?
The Virgin will go look for one of those
Yeah.
puppeteering sticks.
Easy enough. You got it.
And then like poke at their shoulder with the stick gently.
Oh, and like just shooting awake is this like sort of young man, kind of with that characteristic little brush of paint just like against his cheek, like has clearly working on painting a doll, like just finishing rouging the sort of cheeks of a beautiful like princess sort of looking doll. Overalls, just wearing like painter's gloves almost, just to like make sure that he's not touching dangerous chemicals. Looking up surprised, and just sort of shoots up and then bows very deeply upon seeing you. Oh, terribly sorry. I was not sleeping. I was praying.
Oh, I'm sure.
To the god of dreams.
Are you the puppeteer? Or are you just, painting them?
Sort of a hobbyist. I'm the apprentice.
The apprentice? How long have you been apprenticing?
I can't specifically recall when I started. Maybe it's been like 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months.
Okay. Well, you're doing fantastic.
And the Virgin looks down at the doll that they were painting.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been working on this one. I guess working on a few of them, and you can just kind of see, like on the shelf of the wall next to him, is a wall of like basically like the same doll, just like he's just either practicing or continuing to manufacture this specific one, like style. Sir Lord Bluebeard wanted me to just try and perfect this one before we could put it out there.
Put it out there. Is there a show?
Yeah, sort of a gallery show. I would be able to put my name out there under his.
Interesting. So are all of these yours, or just the ones that you've been painting in the past few months?
Just these. Just this one. Just these. And you're noticing that they are like brunette dolls with like blue dresses and button eyes.
Well, I think they're nice. The button eyes are a choice, but they're unique. I like it.
Ask him. Who is this doll of?
Okay. Are the dolls inspired by anyone in particular, or are they just dolls?
I believe the last lady,
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Who is Elizabeth?
The last lady. The last lady of Bluebeard.
Could be us if we pretended.
Well, this is flattering.
So, what happened to the last lady? If you don't mind me asking. I know you probably have been cooped up in here for a while.
I can't say, honestly. I'm really just an apprentice. I think the last time I saw her, maybe it was 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago.
Okay. So
We
when
stay
you
quiet long enough, maybe they'll keep counting.
So you've not seen her since you got here.
I don't think I've ever seen her.
You said, "Oh, this man is clearly out of his mind."
But you said that you saw her 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago?
I don't. Is it the new year?
Leave this man. This is obviously a game the staff have decided to play on us.
How would you make a
Maybe he
doll of
just-
someone you don't know?
Maybe he just has a poor memory.
Obviously,
And the
not.
old
Look at
lady
these
did?
dolls.
The man starts to like get caught in his own mind, like suddenly being confronted with the fact that he doesn't know what time it is, what day it is, what year it is. There's a clock in this room. He suddenly puts puts his hands like on his face as he's thinking, but they're the ones that have been separating him from toxic chemicals. So he just kind of
Sir, your gloves, the paint.
and as he's processing what you're saying, he takes his gloves off. It's almost as if paint has melted off of his face, and there's a wooden-like sheen under the skin.
Sir? Are
Evacuate.
you
We should
okay?
leave. We
Back
should
up.
leave.
Back up.
We've been in this room too long. We're
Can't
inhaling some
seduce a
kind
puppet.
of.
We should go.
We should go. What?
What?
You? Oh, we will speak of this later.
Sir, are you okay?
No,
Grab
sweetie.
this
Sister.
What's the time?
The virgin will look to the clock.
The jolly grandfather face on the clock is now frowning. It is scowling.
out?
We need
And-
to go.
What
he needs help.
the bell and the hands on the clock are spinning rapidly.
Well, it's time to go.
Uh,
The witch, our sister is too amused. We need to go.
We need to go. We need to go.
Go.
okay.
I
Okay,
love
okay, okay, okay.
this.
It would be rude to stay. Let's go.
I won't distract you from your work anymore. Make sure you wash your hands.
I
It
think washing
looks
his
like
hands
go.
is the least of
Just-
his worries.
Just go. He is staff. It does not matter what he thinks of us.
Just trying to be nice.
Go.
Who cares
Just
about being nice?
go.
There was wood on his face. Let's go.
I
And
will say,
Ah.
if the virgin escapes, without proposing a truth, I will be giving you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. If you would like to obtain something from this room with which to propose a truth, all you need to do is take a token. But given how things are going on in this room, there will be a few obstacles before you can leave. What would the Virgin like to do with all of these in mind? You also have your face move.
You said take a truth or a hard bargain.
If you leave right now without taking a token, without proposing a truth, which is one of your exit moves, then I will give you a difficult choice to make in order to get out of this room. You also have your face move, I will say.
I feel like also maybe the Virgin would have like the ring move since she has the ring right now.
Yep.
The Virgin will I'm looking at my stuff. The Virgin is going to they're going to propose a truth.
Okay. In order to get a token, I'm going to need you to, let's see. You can, out of the ring moves, I think we can make an argument that you can choose any of the ring moves that you would like to aid you with finding a token or proposing a truth. There will, despite successes as you're trying to escape, it will still be a difficult roll. So would you like to shiver from fear, caress a horror, dirty yourself with violence, or cry out for help?
I think I'm going to cry out for help.
Okay. You will be breaking down. Roll plus your resilience as your sisters in your mind, the witch laughing, the fatale mother urging you to leave. Dolls are jumping off of shelves. The grandfather clock, the bell tolling within it. The man behind the desk, his skin melting into that wood sheen. And the eyes that he had are buttons. What's that roll?
That is an 8.
8 plus 9. Oh, or did you add your +1 to resilience in that one?
Yes.
Okay, so 8. Still a mixed success. Someone will come up to help you, but they will first need proof of your loyalty to Bluebeard. Essentially what happens, as the toy room is beginning to just echo in cacophonous noise, someone opens the door from outside of the marionette room. And it is sort of like a scrappy looking young woman, and she just goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ." And then she's gonna grab your hand, and she basically says, "Get whatever you need from this room. We're not in a good state to be here." Okay. What is the item that you would like to take from this room?
I grab the first thing I can, and I suppose I take one of the Elizabeth dolls.
Okay.
Great.
The scrappy young woman takes your hand, rips you out of the room, slams the door, and the cacophonous noise still is happening inside of the marionette room. She takes the key from you and locks the door and presents it back. She's still viciously grabbing onto your hand, however. Who are you?
I'm the lady of the house.
We were given no notice. No word of marriage. No invitation to the wedding, anything of the sort.
Flattering.
Speak to us in this way.
We just got married. It was fast for me too. But he's a kind man. He invited me into his home, and he left me with his keys and went out on, I suppose, a business trip. And he trusted me with all of this. I just didn't know what was in that room. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb anyone.
Before she lets go, the Virgin, is this doll of Elizabeth a token of faithfulness or a token of disloyalty?
I think the Virgin, looking down at this wooden doll with the big button eyes, but seeing how everything in that room went wrong, and this doll is that of a wife not known anymore. As much as they would hate to admit it, that this is not a great situation to be in, that they're not fortunate to be here. It's a token of disloyalty.
Please mark 1 trauma. The scrappy young woman lets go and it just sort of puts herself together. I apologize for that. If you need me to escort you to whatever room, I can make myself available.
Okay. Do either of you want to take over? I think I've had enough for now.
Who would like to take the ring from the Virgin?
I can do it.
Okay, the Fatale is next. Virgin, you are immune to trauma until the Fatale passes the ring.
Oh boy.
So Fatale, you now have a sort of handmaiden in your employ at the moment, and you have your heavy ring of keys. Which key sticks out to you the most?
What's the shiniest key?
It is made out of glass.
That key.
Your scrappy handmaiden looks over. That one should basically take you to the mirror room.
Perfect. I love beautiful things.
Well, to be honest, not saying that it's me, but I hear quite a bit of servants with sticky fingers, we'll say, find something shiny, basically. So if we see anybody, just know that information is not for me. Anyway, it's gonna be upstairs.
All right, let's go. The virgin. I heard the word the virgin so much.
The virgin.
The virgin who can't drive.
That's me.
Fucking virgin.
The fatale is even though the fatale does not know exactly where we're going, is just striding with confidence, but only ever so slightly ahead. So I'm still following guidance. You're just not in front of me.
Absolutely. So you find essentially a glass door on the third floor rather. It's strange because of the way it's strange to see your own reflection before entering into a door. It is you in your strange dress. Perhaps this dress is more comfortable to the fatale than the other sisters. There's you know how to wear it more comfortably on your feet, on your shoulders. The posture is perhaps noticeably more confident than the virgins. The handmaiden, the young girl next to you, kind of looks awkwardly like, should I open the door for you? Or
Yes, please. Thank you.
okay. Takes the key gently and unlocks the door. Opens the plaque sort of saying mirror room. Opens, and inside is a strange sort of ballroom that is chandelier, crystalline. There are walls and sort of shelves that have truly what seem to be diamond-like crystals just like on every shelf. There are glass boxes with jewelry and necklaces. The lights are iridescent in this room and bounce off of each other. And the handmaiden is definitely like gawking and looking at this room, and it seems that it's difficult for her to not step out in front of you a little bit just so that she can explore a little bit more, but she hands you back the keys and just stays right by your side and does her very fucking best. And there seems to be a row of vanities with like mirrors, and the drawer is made out of glass as well. And there seems to be one sort of person at one of the vanities, a white, blue cotton candy, powdered wig almost, just doing her makeup seemingly.
So the fatale's gonna pass by, of course, the servant, and as she passes by, she lets a hand drift in an appreciative motion onto the servant's front shoulder, as a thank you and just a familiar gesture, and walks into the room, just not acknowledging the other person immediately, just walking in and looking at the things, maybe looking closer at a jewelry box, touching things because I can. And
the young handmaiden kind of shivers as you walk past her.
Yeah, as you should. And just gonna start looking through the things that are in the room and ignoring the person at first.
A beat of silence just kind of fills the air. Is there any sort of piece of jewelry that catches your eye while you're in this room? Everything is crystalline and opalescent, so not very much color.
There's a necklace, because the neckline of this dress is liberating. but it feels bare without something to actually draw the eye in. And so if there's a necklace, that's what the Fatale would be pulling out and holding up and like checking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you checking it?
Checking to see how it would
and-
fit.
Yeah. Are you checking in one of the vanities?
Yes.
Like, okay. You're sort of checking yourself this one beautiful, it is strangely not the most ostentatious piece. It is succinct in its beauty. There is like a focal piece, but the rest of the necklace lining is not literally other crystals. It's not made out of entire like tiers of crystals. It is a sort of scaled sizing of crystals that perfectly draw focus, just like at the center of the collarbone sort of area, chest. And the woman doing her makeup just kind of clears her throat very hoarsely.
I unclasp the necklace and put it around my neck, and I don't react.
Okay, I do appreciate this. I understand. This is all very wonderful, very beautiful. We should talk to this woman.
She can talk
gorgeous
to us
necklace.
first.
I actually agree with the Fatale. I mean, we are quite fetching right now. It would be... We should revel in our power just a little bit, don't you think?
Always.
I
If
am
she wants
all.
to speak, she will.
What if they don't want to be bothered?
That is also
Even
a great
better.
point.
There is no power in begging. I'm not going to vie for the attentions of someone, especially not someone I don't know who couldn't possibly be above us in this situation. There's
I am not
power
s-
in patience.
I am not saying, sister, that we should beg for their attention. But ones in power also command attention and command respect.
Yeah.
She is in our room.
She is. And she's already made herself known. She made a move. This is my move. We wait.
I do wonder who she is.
Trust me, people always love to tell you. She'll say something. And I'm gonna start, now that I've got the necklace on, I'm like, earrings, no earrings. Earrings, no earrings.
Earrings.
Yeah, we should
Good.
go for earrings. Why
I'm
not?
gonna see if there's earrings that match the necklace and ignore.
Yeah. Easily enough, I think even in front of you on the vanity, there are like jewelry, like propped up pieces. Like there's sort of velvet displays of jewelry. And as you sort of put your hands on a piece, a set that catches your eye, once again, the woman next to you, or however many vanities away from you, clears her throat and says, "Those are mine."
Hers.
I doubt it, because I am the lady of the house. This is my house. And I put one earring in.
Yeah. She sort of scoffs. At one point or another, someone is the lady of the Stam house. Those earrings are mine. And she's like far away. She doesn't even know what you're putting on your
Yeah.
ears at this point. She's still putting her makeup on.
Yeah, so I'm putting the other earring on. If my husband keeps company, that's his prerogative. But I own everything in here, including you.
Including me, you say. And then this woman finally stands to engage with you and just sort of puffs up the many trains and frills of this dress, walking towards you. in her. And she looks it's hard not to laugh because she kind of looks like a clown, with like very rouged cheeks, white powder face, and this cotton candy like powdered wig. As she stands up abruptly, even powder kind of like dusts off of the wig as she like attempts to stand over you.
I put the other earring in.
Yeah.
Actually, Josephine, can I use a maiden move and invest a mysterious object?
Yeah, of course.
I would love to investigate these earrings.
That would have been smart, yes.
Yeah.
It's so fine. What questions would you like to ask?
What memories does this item hold, and why did Bluebeard keep this item?
The memories this item holds, I believe, is as simple as a pissing contest at an auction that Bluebeard had attended.
I hate men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, money that you have never even made or heard of before. That he was so easily able to, surrounded on the arms of other women and, you know, other nobles and lords and such, drinking a little glass flute of absinthe or something sugary, and just very pointing with the glass, raising the price to an incredible amount so that no one else could get these specific earrings that someone within his cabinet court wanted. And even though that person wanted those earrings, they never found their way to that person. They only made it to this room, a private collection. And why did Bluebeard keep this item? Specifically, these have been known to be the earrings that he gives or promises to give certain ladies or nobles or ladies or lords as a promise if they come over.
Ugh.
I don't know, my dear sister. I believe that there's a fair amount of history involved in these earrings that...
They don't suit me anyway. They're way too small. And I'm taking them out, and I'm going to drop them on the floor. And look for a different pair. I have not acknowledged the clown behind me. I'm too pretty, I don't have to turn around like that. Plus there's a mirror, I can see her if I want to.
Exactly. She's still like sort of like puffing. She kind of looks like a peacock at this point.
They're right there.
And now
You're
you've
welcome.
dirtied them by throwing them on the ground.
I don't throw. I dropped. Precise.
As far as I understand, young lady, young bride of Bluebeard, you threw them vehemently across the room, and you stomped upon them, and then the clown peacock lady stomps on the earrings and shoots a glare at the young handmaiden that's still at the door. Right. Didn't she?
And I'm gonna look to the handmaiden and like give a small, genuine looking smile. I'm gonna let my eyes crinkle. Just a... What do you think?
The handmaiden like awkwardly is just like, oh shit. I'm gonna roll to see what our young handmaiden does. Unfortunately, the young handmaiden, after being directly confronted with sort of a choice here of loyalty, having also roughly grabbed your wrist earlier, finds herself in a strange and awful position to be in, so she runs out the door.
It is
That's
difficult.
unfortunate.
It is difficult to find loyal subjects, but that's okay. I have time. I am young, after all. And I'm putting in a new pair of earrings.
Brandy, you are so powerful.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
The woman is going to grab your wrist. Would you like to put in another pair of earrings and not gaze upon me as someone that you will be experiencing fairly often? I am part of the court.
I don't like her.
Poor.
And I'm gonna lean, because I'm assuming I have my hand by the ear, and she grabbed it, right? So it's about here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, without breaking eye contact in the mirror, lean and press my lips to the back of her hand.
Okay. Do you want to specifically do a move here?
I am thinking about the spider move.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I think the spider move. Or
Okay,
I'm
great.
pressing my lips. It's not a kiss. It's oh hello, Kim. I'm so sorry. I'm overexposed. Can't fix it. Okay, well. I'm thinking I'm pressing the lips. Eye contact is not changing, but also as I pull back and my lips inevitably part, you can feel the presence of teeth.
Gotcha. The spider move specifically being your beauty and charm get you what you want. When you trap a servant or whore with your feminine wiles, they will tell you a secret about either the house or Bluebeard. I think you are instilling a fear and arousal in this lady of the court here.
Excellent combination.
And as she has thought that she's trapped you, you have trapped her instead. And the sort of face that she had on, the like grimace, the scowl she has, turns into one of internal conflict. And you have her where you'd want to have her. What would you like the secret to be? Do you want to ask a question about the house or Bluebeard here?
I want to know about Bluebeard. Specifically, I want to know how many clowns I might have to deal with.
Yeah. I think even to take this, maybe even with the witch's help earlier, with that memory, I think your eyes sort of take you to following sort of the iridescent shine of the many mirrors and crystals that you're surrounded by. You follow it to a flash of a memory where there seems to be literally the term clucking hens comes to mind, as there just seems to be royal seeming lower noble bloodline people being regaled by Bluebeard, and they're enjoying a salon of arts and drinks and little tea sandwiches and things. But you also notice that when Bluebeard calls for one of them to come with him to take a stroll through the garden, what comes is an awful sight to you following this memory. Bluebeard offers them a set of earrings, a drink of tea, or something. And the intention here seems to be to turn them into something beautiful. Bluebeard feigns this flirtatious nature to one of these clowns, ladies of the court. But suddenly, after the earrings have been worn, after the tea has been had, whatever it may be, an enchantment from Bluebeard's fingers, his mouth, from some part of his body awakens, and the clowns turn into chickens with button eyes. Blue hens just sort of squawking along in the garden, and Bluebeard, seemingly feigning disappointment, shrugs ultimately and goes back up to the salon and says, "Needed to go home early." And then your memory comes back, and the clown woman in front of you is clearly one of the last of the clucking hens.
So I'm going to pull back. I'm going to pull my wrist out just carefully. I'm going to look through the earrings again until I find the biggest pair that I can find, and I'm going to clip them into my ears without speaking anymore until I stand. And as I turn, without looking, I crush the other earrings under my shoe, and I caress her face, and I look at her and I go, "I grow bored of this room." And I'm going to walk away from her and exit the room, or try to exit the room with the necklace still and the earrings.
And that comes easy enough to you. And as you have taken the jewelry, presumably as a token, the fatale, are you proposing a truth?
Yes.
Are you taking it as a token of faithfulness or disloyalty?
Disloyalty.
And a question that I forgot to ask the
Nasty
virgin,
chickens.
nasty ass chickens, what do you think happened in this room that makes you think disloyally of your husband?
Should the virgin answer for the last room first?
Sure, yeah.
Wanna?
There's.
Oh, you're muted. Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, am I?
No, ignore me.
You're good.
It
Oh,
was just fine.
there's all of these dolls of his past lady that he's having made and maybe taken on the road. And there's this strange, inhuman something with the people, the person, the apprentice, and time isn't quite right. But despite it all, however little or however much time has passed, he has all of these dolls being dedicated to perfecting this other woman. Even though I'm here. Like I'm not enough.
A fatale?
This room is bait. It's shiny, fluffy bait. And I was lured into it too. But you cannot trap me. I have been playing this game too long. So while I have no resentment for the clowns or the clown that is left, because you can't resent a fly when you're a spider. And so this is proof to me that my husband likes to play. And he's easily bored. And that he gave me this key to see if I was a fly. And he might still think that I could be one. Because he probably won't stop until he feels he's one. And I don't appreciate that.
We are at 2 out of 3 tokens of disloyalty now. The Fatale, who would you like to pass the ring to?
Well, as we leave the room, and I glance back at my reflection in the door, and looking at myself, or the other parts of myself, I fiddle with the key ring and I say, and that is why we wait. And I would like to hand it off to the mother.
All right. Before we ask the mother what key catches her eye, why don't we go ahead and take a break? Thank you all for being here, and thank you for getting us at 37%. That's incredible. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We'll be taking like a 10 or however fucking long we need. See y'all very soon, and for the rest of the brides to show their face.
2. Welcome back, everybody. Before we toss things back over to Josephine, who is our, I almost said gatekeeper for the night, and that is incorrect.
I'm your gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper of tabletop RPGs themselves.
Before we toss it back
The
to
gatekeeper.
Joe is actually the final boss of TTRPGs. You try to enter and Joe's at the gate like, roll.
Post it up. Fistful of dice.
Roll a composure check for me.
You gotta like brass knuckles, but they're all D4s.
Yes.
Exactly. Or you could do like a sock full of D4s, swing it around, use it like a flail.
Metal dice.
It brings Caltrop core to a whole new meaning.
Truly. Okay, sorry.
Anyway.
Let me give us a quick donation update. We are... Hold on.
Oh no.
I laughed and took a sip of water at the same time, and then I drowned for a second, so it's all good. Let's do a quick donation update, because again, this stream of Bluebeard's Bride is a charity stream for the Rape and Incest National Network, because October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We just wanted to make sure that, you know, we were taking this game with very similar themes and making some good of it. So Tiltify's minimum donation that I had was $500, so I wasn't anticipating like raising $500, but what I was anticipating was at least raising a little bit of funds. So we are at 41% of our goal, at $206. We just over the break got a donation of $20, which is amazing, and we've had such incredible donations and such incredible like moments in the game so far. So thank you all who have given. Thank you all who are thinking about giving and need that extra push. If you would like to, let me put !charity in the chat, and that will give you the link to our Tiltify, and you will get, if you donate, a nice little recognition on screen through the donate. But where we left off, I guess I want to. Man, I want to remake the overlay now and just say, like, put in gatekeeper instead of groundskeeper.
No worries.
So if you're gatekeep, who here gets to be gaslight? Who here gets to be girl boss?
I mean, okay.
Everyone is girl boss. Bluebeard is gaslight.
Ooh.
That's true.
Ooh, okay, that was the better answer.
We all are one girl boss, Voltron together.
Yes, exactly.
I'd
no,
like to
literally.
see it.
Speaking of Voltron, Mother?
Yeah.
Classic Voltron character.
Yeah.
Mother.
Classic Voltron.
Call me mother.
Yeah. Mama.
Ooh.
You
Mama,
have been you've been given the ring, and you've been given also the ring of keys. What is the key that catches your eye?
I think the key that catches the mother's eye is, it's like a relatively simple one. It's a brass key about like yay long and like neck length. The kind of handle clasp part of it is a, rather than like being like solid metal that's like attached to it, it is a coin. About like a quarter in like diameter. It's a gold coin that's gilded not in the like kind of standard way that our currency that of wherever we live normally is, but it's a custom one of him. It's like I'm imagining like his face like 4 times with like different expressions, with a cross separating the 4, encircled by a silver ring on the coin. That is the key that catches my eye.
Gotcha.
The lady is still here. The other the not the clown, but the oh no, she ran away.
She ran away. Yeah.
She ran
So
away.
at the moment, you have no one that's able to like guide you, but there's nothing wrong with just checking literally every door.
Yeah, that's 100%. Like, definitely like straightens up posture and just goes, well, this is our house now. There's no reason for me not to explore, and we'll just go door to door checking to see which one this key goes to.
We're gonna go up one more floor. The 4th floor, nothing spectacular marks it. And I think you'll find, although it takes you, the while to get to the 3rd floor and see if that has anything, if any of the doors match the key, but it doesn't take nearly as long for the 4th floor as there's almost this bank vault type door. And the key slot is literally a coin slot.
I look at the key. I kind of look at the door inquisitively, and will flip my grip on the key and put it in coin first.
The plaque at the top also says financier room. The door opens. Some strange mechanism. Putting the key in coin first, turning it, then a booming sort of sound as the thick metal doors don't open like a regular door. They slide in either sort of direction, left and right. You take the key out. The hinge sort of stays. Like, imagine, I guess, 2 double doors, and there is what remains in the center of the room is the door separation where you can retract your key from.
Mm-hmm.
And you enter into a very dim room, and the only light that you see is from across the room. A very dim sort of candle is lit, and there seems to be this man, bespectacled, the candlelight reflecting off of the glasses, hunched over, kind of alarmingly so, typewriting, and there seems to be an abacus also, just seemingly some financier working.
I will very I will kind of straighten up my posture again and kind of walk dead set towards this person, clicking my heels against the floor very intently in a way to announce my presence and almost kind of pressure as I'm getting closer, and the sound of that clicking gets closer. And then when I get to the edge of the desk, are they facing towards me or away from me?
A head in the typewriter, just not in any particular direction.
Mm-hmm. And we'll just kind of clear my throat.
Looks up from eyebrow raised, the keyboard. Yes.
I am the new lady of the house. And that being true, I am, how you say, taking stock of what all my husband owes me. including all that you seem to manage, I would imagine.
Interesting. Is like looking up at you, still typing, seemingly multitasking. Do you mean when you say all of what the Lord owes you? What do you mean by that? Because you don't come from anything.
That was rude.
Rather.
It's true, but he didn't have to say it.
Not true. Money isn't everything.
Agreed.
They just don't know what we're capable of, sisters.
I will kind of start to walk around the desk, kind of letting my gaze wander away from him and just kind of around the room as I can continue to talk. Be that as it may, times are different. Things are different. When I was of nothing, I was not married to the Lord. And now that I am, it means that, listen, I don't know how the other ladies of the house before me, and I'm like, by this point, I'm like kind of getting to the point where like I'm kind of behind him. I don't know if his like, I'm testing to see if he's going to break from his like work pattern to engage in this conversation.
I'm sorry. So what? You're just want to lord over me at this moment? You're just trying to see what I'm worth to you?
I'm trying to see, who are you? What do you do? And what is it that my husband truly has to offer me in this engagement? Is he still like deep like in his work?
He presses one last button and then sighs and then like leans back in his chair. Considering that neither he nor the last lady decided to take any stock with whatever you said in me, nor my family, or anybody else that lives here, I don't find that it's necessary for you to know that I exist most of the time. So, if are you saying that you're interested in the prosperity of my well-being or something like that? Is that something you're actually going to put any effort into? Because I feel like I don't need to give you my name if you don't care.
I am going to, with there no longer being the barrier of the desk between me and this person, I'm going to slowly walk up to them as they're saying this, to the point where I'm now within arm's reach of them. And I say, I understand. And we'll put like a hand on their shoulder. It is hard working for a man such as my husband. He is powerful, he is strong, and ruthless in a way. That is his way. You care about your well-being and that of your families, yes?
Yeah.
I kind of grip his shoulder a little tighter. I care about my own prosperity, that of my family, and where I've come from. So you understand what it means to care. And I grip his shoulder a little tighter. You understand what it means to have everything riding on not a single mistake, miscalculation, anything that may pass your gaze. One wrong move, and it all falls away. You understand that, right?
I understand that more than anyone.
Good. And I'm going to turn him back around in his seat so that he's looking at the typewriter again. I'm going to take the back of his head and I'm going to slam it into the typewriter.
Excellent. Okay. Can you dirty yourself with violence survey, please, Mother?
I can do that.
This is the appropriate response to disrespect.
Tit.
2d6. I have a +0 to blood.
Carnality.
Tragedy. Oh, carnality? Oh, thank God. I rolled a 6 + 1. That's a 7.
I mean,
Well, at first it was going to just be a 6, which would have been terrible. But a 7.
on a hit. So because you hit, you can inflict trauma as established and choose one. Would you like to... I'm not sure what it means by the first one, so we're just going to go for silence or mutilate.
I'm going to mutilate them.
Okay. But you also must choose your vulnerability opens you up to trauma or your carelessness leaves you in a bad spot.
I'm going to... I think in this moment, like, the mother does not like to show emotion in this way.
Yeah.
Does not like the physicality of having to, like, punish, in a way. Like, that is not what she wants to do, but she does desire more than anything respect. And will do everything in her power to maintain her agency in that way. And I think she, in doing this, is opening herself up. I'm opening myself up in a way where I am doing something that I truly know I shouldn't be doing and don't want to be doing, but it feels so good to enact my own pain out in this way.
Okay.
I'm proud of you for taking action like this. You don't do it often, but you truly love to see it.
Are you sure this was right?
Oh, yeah. This was exactly what was needed.
And I will kind of straighten up myself again, my posture, and I will slowly walk back around the desk to them, and kind of wait for them to, like, lift their head off of, like, the mangled typewriter.
I mean, all of the concussion.
Yeah.
What if, like, the words, like, the letters F-U were, like, stuck on his face?
Yeah.
The typewriter is fully just as destroyed as his nose and his front teeth.
Mhm.
The mother has incredible fortitude, so those punches land. This man comes up with just blood, gushing from the nose, just like attempting to process the pain all at once. Mother, if you don't mind looking at the take stock options, ask one of the questions if you don't mind.
Okay. Oh. Oh no. All of these are bad. What does this place demand of the bride?
The mother, you are going to realize that when you walked into this dim room, you didn't notice that you were not able to see what the walls were lined with. In fact, there are no walls. The only thing that is in this room is shadow, that dim candlelight, and this desk with this typewriter. This is the financier's room. There should be perhaps cabinets and papers and all sorts of things, loose money, whatever it may be. The financier looks up, broken teeth, nose, unable, glasses shattered and crumbling off of his face. He moves some things around on his desk, patting things down frantically. Before perhaps he says anything, you know in this room the consequence for enacting on your emotion, showing any sort of aggression right now, where you usually would be calculated, where usually a motherly role would be expected of you. This is a room of money. This is a room representative of the hole, the pit, the grave. That money will follow you to property, authorization, inheritance, all manner of things fly into your head, the future, but everything comes back down to money and what he owns. You don't necessarily own, but he's giving you everything in this house. But what does that mean for outside of the house? This place demands of the bride not her money. You don't have any. But what it demands of is your future in all essence. The financier looks up at you, chuckling, blood streaming down his face. What happened to losing that calculated mindset?
I promise you, that was calculated. And I also promise you that you and your family will have much to worry about in the near future. As I take the typewriter, turn, and leave.
Okay.
A lot.
Ass.
I rather hate that man.
Proposing our truth.
I think that in light of the evidence provided here, I think our husband is either one or of two things: broke, or he's hiding his money elsewhere. He does not trust us with deciding a future, not just for ourselves, but together. We were bound in union, which should mean that we hold equal weight in this relationship. But that is obviously not true. And so this is a token of disloyalty.
Oh boy.
Mother, please take 1 trauma. Almost as if the house, something clicks into place. An hourglass, the sand finishing. We have filled our disloyalty track.
Oh boy.
There is one more sister. And not forcefully, but almost as if the ring slips into the witch's hand. The witch, what fills your senses is a magical, visionary path, somewhat prophetic, that leads you to the 5th and final floor of Bluebeard's Manor, to where you know where exactly his chamber lies. You know which key it is. It is a blue, ostentatious sapphire key with a gold ribbon. Although you receive that vision, something doesn't sit right. This is the 4th floor. That was the financier. The lights begin to fade, dissipate. The sconces on the walls, the chandeliers, the candles, and all of the small little lights that would have otherwise lit this hallway are beginning to fade at the end, starting by the end of the hallway. If you are sort of in the mid area, we'll say, the hallway is beginning to very quickly diminish in light. The staircase to the 5th floor is in sight. It's just across the hall from you. But the lights are leaving quickly.
Well, sisters, we shouldn't hurry up. I mean, we shouldn't wait to meet our fate. I think we should hasten our steps a little bit. I'm so sorry that we had to see some of these atrocities along the way, but I think it's time that we finally meet who our husband really is. Don't you think?
Yes.
It's were dreadful.
I think as the witch takes over the bride's body, she rolls her shoulders back and hikes up her skirts in the front, as if just really feeling like that extra jolt of energy and that like resolution to get to the truth that we've at first evaded, then caressed, then confronted head on as we proceeded through the manor. So I think as the lights fade through the hallway, you see like I think the camera would be like with each like step the bride takes, another light goes out or another light fades as we finally get to this last door on the 5th floor.
I think you'll even notice as the lights are beginning to fade, maybe as you're passing looks behind your shoulder, even just passing like bases or plants and things. It's not even that they're covered in darkness. You completely are not able to see past the hallway where all of the lights have disappeared.
Right.
It's almost as if the manor is just sectioning off somewhere in an entire different dark plane. And perhaps even maybe you saw the financier attempt to like crawl out of the room, and as soon as he is covered in darkness, his like groaning immediately cuts off, and you no longer hear him. And you're running up the staircase, and finally to the 5th floor. The lights don't seem to be doing this overtaking as fast as it seems to be. But again, as each step you take, as you reach the threshold of the 4th to the 5th floor, the darkness seems to just sort of shyly creep. Just not necessarily breaching the threshold quite yet, but it seems to slowly, it's attempting to crawl under some sort of invisible door. There are guards. You were saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say maybe it's like, you know, the magic that the witch themselves possesses is really kind of what's in, you know, starting to cause this interplay between like the lights and like the vitality of the house, right?
Yeah. There are 2 guards, we'll say, in front of a very spectacular looking door frame with a plaque clear as day, the Lord's Chambers. The double doors are like a blue velvet. And these 2 guards are dressed lavishly, carrying 2 glaives. They both look fairly similar, if not for some vague facial differences. One regards you, sort of the one closest to you. Lady?
I actually want to make sure what I'm gonna do, actually.
Totally.
Because I took the face power of the viper. When you care for a servant by poisoning them with your lies, they choke on your words and die. Kendo. Like, we've already, I think the shattering of the earrings in that second room was like that point of no return for us. Like we went beyond the pale. We're finally just kind of embracing the darkness that lies within. And so, you know, we cause abject damage to this other dude's face. We might as well ramp it up a notch and attempt to kill some people, right? So,
well,
You're
I
not
suppose
wrong.
that is that I guess that is a rationale. What if we don't succeed?
We'll succeed. We're the lady of the house.
You'll continue.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I actually didn't hear you. Say that one more time.
Oh, I said because you'll continue until it's over.
Oh, yeah. I think upon meeting the guards, the witch the bride will like take a curtsy and say, guards, of course. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I just thought it was time to enter our marriage bed. But what can I do to serve you right now? And I think this is like her attempt at caring for someone, is like asking, what can we attempt to do to serve you?
You are only able to care for one of the guards. There's 2. So are you sort of directing this at the one that just spoke to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. In a demand of demonstration of your sincerity, both guards will still hold tight their orderly sort of posture, and the one that speaks to you sort of says, "We have been given no authorization of any visitors until the Lord is returned."
Well, I'm no mere visitor. I am, of course, the lady of the house, and I believe I have equal rights to the Lord's room as the Lord's chambers as he has. And I think she'll as kind of like turn the motion that the Fatale had earlier when confronting the clown. She'll like take the hand of the guard and place her lips delicately on the back of the hand, and in that same motion, like there's like the graze of the teeth.
How does the poison affect and embed itself into this guard?
It's almost like being lulled to sleep. It is like a gentle caress of a lover just wishing someone good night. We'll see you in the morning. But morning never comes.
The guard that first spoke to you, again, in that similar way of arousal, or on the other side of it isn't fear. It is so much as surprise, shock. And when your lips and the teeth, the viper's fangs raise the hand, a lethargy overtakes him. And then suddenly, falling to his knees, the initial guard falls unconscious. As far as the other guard is aware. You, on the other hand, know fully well what just happened. The other guard, sort of in a frantic sort of rush, like goes over and like begins to shake the other guard. Looks up at you. What did you do to him?
I did nothing. It seems... maybe have him checked out for narcolepsy. But I am going to enter my chambers now, if that is amenable to you. And I think not even like waiting for his answer, we'll take the key and open up the chamber door. I mean, I have the key anyway.
You are, let's see. Let's do like a little roll off.
Yeah.
Right now. Just roll a flat 2d6.
Okay. A 9.
My man only got a 6.
Dang.
As you go past him, he like clumsily fumbles with his glaive and ends up stabbing the door next to you, missing you completely. Ripping the glaive out of the door, kind of awkwardly, because it's through extremely thick wood. Lady Bluebeard, we've been standing at this door for months. We do not sleep. What did you do to him?
Maybe it's time you take a rest. if you've been standing at this door for months, don't you think you deserve a break? Don't you think you owe it to yourself? I'm sorry that.
Tell.
Oh, go ahead.
Let him know we won't tell.
We absolutely won't tell if you're so scared of taking a break.
You just killed my friend.
Which, sister, look, we have already passed the boundary. The line has been crossed.
Good. Then we should press forward.
I see no reason not to.
He's caught us.
What's he gonna do? Kill us? I mean, haven't we seen the remnants of what remains of the previous wives of Elizabeth? We should press forward, sisters, and enter this chamber.
What are you going to do about this other guard? What basically is your plan for dealing with this other guard who seems to be raising his glaive once more?
I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna go into the room anyway and bolt the door behind me to ensure he can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You rush in. What meets the eyes of the witch, but certainly everyone, all faces, all manner of sisters. Bluebeard's chambers are as lavish as you would expect. Blue velvet, gold, and crystal. An incredible vanity wardrobe. Incredible bed. However, the striking thing is that there seems to be something under the covers of this bed. The witch will notice that. The virgin will notice a familiar glint of the locket that you had gifted to your husband.
Left it behind.
Somewhere on the person of this figure. Fatal, you'll notice the lingerie that you had gifted your husband. Somewhere on the floor next to this bed. Mother, your ship's manifest, your dreams of traveling upon the sea, carelessly tossed also near the bed. And the witch, your hematite ring you had offered, it has seemingly broken in shatters, just sort of scattered all over the blanketing. And again, just remains this lump of a figure under this bed, under the covers.
Should we see what lies underneath?
Stab it.
Do it. I want to know.
Mother, what do you think?
Stab it.
Stab it? Oh,
I think we should stab it.
I love this turn you've had today.
There
Do
is easily a decorative sort of dagger. There's a number of beautiful items just on the walls, but there is a very clearly one. Sharp enough, although perhaps heavy, but functional.
Yeah. I think without hesitation, especially with the stab it directive we got from the mother, the witch immediately notices the dagger on the wall, and before like actually stabbing it into the bed, she'll take a second to like feel like the weight, both physical and metaphysical, assuming that this particular dagger has had a history with this particular item. And then what does that feel like in the hand? What would you say?
Do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I would actually. I would like to see what memories this item holds, and what about this item is odd or uncanny.
The memories are simple, I think. Again, this like occultist auction underground somewhere. Obtained for vanity. What makes it odd or uncanny? There is a wish implanted in it. Not for anyone in particular, but someone has wished to be murdered with this dagger. Someone in this room.
No problem.
Huh. You know, this is really interesting that there's something about this dagger calls to being part of a murder, of something grisly and awful and thrilling. Would you mind if I indulged myself on this?
What you mean by stabbing him?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think
Get
we're all
on
on the
with
same page.
Yes. Just
Left
make it quit.
everything
Yes.
we gave him
Quick.
behind.
Yes, we don't need the play-by-play.
Do
And
it.
don't stop.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
So, yeah, the witch will put the dagger in her dominant hand, and cross over to the bed, and kind of estimate where the heart area would be, almost, and ram the dagger into the bed there, almost like staking a vampire through the heart. Yes, like that.
Yes, this is the fatale on the back being like multiple times. Keep going. You missed. You keep going.
Yeah, and so there's the feel of the dagger going through flesh, and then maybe one more spot just for good measure, right? For good measure. And
Double
then
tap.
she changes angles just a little bit and aims for neck area of and then maybe and then gut and then those are like the 3 places in which she deliberately stabs.
Fine.
You feel the knife, the dagger, perfectly go not through any bone. You are so precisely, expertly able to find almost in a magnetism the places that would kill someone.
Oh, I don't like it.
And perhaps
Would kill.
Almost as if the knife was guiding you also to where would kill. There is flesh, there is a squish of blood. Blood begins to pour and seep, sort of flooding the top blanket. That initial cut that you made, you do hear a slight wheezing sound. You haven't moved the blanket.
I think after
But
the...
you do know.
Oh.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, I think after the wheezing sound is when the witch actually, like, peels back the blanket to see who's underneath.
Okay.
I feel like I messed up.
It is a life-size depiction of that brunette, blue-dressed doll with the button eyes. But with flesh, now bleeding, seemingly preserved after however long it's been in this bed. Hands perfectly still against her stomach. Makeup rouged that same way that young man in that first toy room. The color doesn't leave her body. The only color that leaves is the blood. But through the dagger, through your magic, through your memories, witch, there is a whisper that also flows into your ears and then disappears as fast as it came in. A soft and airy whisper. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. With a question mark. You're welcome specifically with a question mark.
This won't. No. I was going to phrase it as a question, but no, it is now a statement. That will not become us.
We have to get out of here.
We must.
Put the guards at the door.
Have a dagger.
We've killed one.
We can't hide this. The blood's gonna seep through the things. We can't move her. We can't hide this.
What floor are we on?
We're on the 5th.
We can't jump. The door's the only
What?
way.
Although this
Weird.
isn't a token needed, or rather you don't need to propose the truth, the witch, but what token do you take out of this room?
Is Elizabeth or the effigy of Elizabeth wearing any particular jewelry that stands out?
Her wedding ring.
I think our wedding ring? No, I think specifically I think we will take Elizabeth's wedding ring off of her finger and then actually put it on our right ring finger. just for that like mirroring aspect of it. And then we might not be able to jump, but we can climb. And we could get an ending to our life that she never could.
Or we could try to kill him.
Or we could try to kill him. That is a very astute
I mean, better
idea.
him than us. If we run away, then we're poor. We're already married, so nobody's gonna marry us. We're poor, we're unmarriable. We can't give our family anything. We can't even go back to them because it's not safe. There's no point in running. If we're running, we might as well just jump off the roof. Or we kill him.
Well,
By him, are we talking about the guard? Or are we talking about
No, honey.
him?
Him. Him who did that, him. Kind of point mentally.
Yeah.
To this
The witch. I think before you were hearing that guard attempt to like break through the room this entire time. As soon as you put the ring on your right ring finger, it stops. And a noticeable brightness fills the light in the hallway, just sort of through the little cracks of the door. Where it was dim and dark, there's now brightness and no sound.
Is that?
A look wouldn't hurt. Keep the dagger, of course.
I think I want to pass the ring actually to the Fatale right now.
Oh boy.
Pass control over to the Fatale. I feel like maybe she's best suited, or they're
Oh,
sorry, best suited for this interaction.
Okay. Alright. We have the dagger. Rest in peace, Elizabeth.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You open the door.
Is there anything else, like, protective nearby that I could just grab in the room? Or is it just junk?
It's very much just like heavy jewelry
Yeah.
and like maybe there's like a vase or something, but
How heavy is the vase?
pretty heavy. You could do some damage.
Yeah, but if I'm holding that, I can't wield the dagger as well. Alright, gonna just focus on holding the dagger and walking up to the door and cracking it open, dagger raised close to my body, pointing away
You
from me.
open the door and the hallway lights have returned. Everything is as bright and hopeful as it was just before Bluebeard left. And the guard, both the guards that were there right before the door, have turned into dolls. With little button eyes, and they are just lifelessly laying.
Be here.
Well,
We must move quickly. In
we do.
in the case that he is here.
He's either here or he will be here shortly.
You hear
Could be.
at the very bottom of the staircase, "My dear, what has happened? Please show your face."
I'm gonna retreat back into the bedroom and gently close the door. Remember what I said about waiting. When you're in control, you don't run to things. And I'm going to sit on the bed with the dagger by Elizabeth, and I'm going to wait.
With all of the tokens of disloyalty that the bride has found, the puppet of Elizabeth, the necklace and earring pair, the typewriter full of blood and teeth, as well as Elizabeth's wedding ring. This decorative dagger protecting all of you in this moment. The shy door opening of Bluebeard, suddenly gaunter, suddenly weaker. As we meet our disloyal outcome, taking a page from a lovely Akinomi Arts book, we'll start from the top, starting with the Fatale. With the dagger, with whatever weapon of your choice, how are you murdering Bluebeard? Starting from the mouth.
Starting from the mouth, I lean in as if I were going to kiss him as he approaches. And instead, I lift one hand, the free hand, up by his eyes, and I tuck his hair back. And while I do that, I take this and I slash from mouth to ear. Very carefully. And the grip
The mother.
turns holding. So, yeah.
The mother. How do you murder Bluebeard? Starting from his figure, wherever that may be to you.
Once the dagger has changed grip, I then am going to plunge it just straight through the rib cage, deep into his heart, until I can feel the bones of his ribs break beneath the pressure as I'm just plunging it deeper, putting my entire weight into it, almost as if trying to crush his chest.
Virgin. How do you murder Bluebeard? Not to get too overly graphic with the eyes, but we can word this as, how do you murder Bluebeard with your eyes?
As we pull the dagger from his ribcage, I normally don't like to look people in the eyes, but I look directly into his lifeless ones. And I plunge it into the throat and twist and twist and twist.
And finally, the witch. Bluebeard has always titled himself, his own epithet is after his brilliant hair. With almost a sort of social murder. However you'd like to. How do you murder Bluebeard and ruin his hair?
I think what happens here for the witch is kind of echoing the same forehead kiss that he gave the virgin at the top of the game. But instead of one solitary forehead kiss, it is a line of forehead kisses across his hairline, where it could be box dye for all we know, but he claims it's real, sure. But just an acknowledgement of his pride and joy, right? So We kiss along the hairline, and then finally, deliberately, we take the dagger. I have two options, and I'm debating one of them. I think, okay, sorry, that was Amber breaking for just a second. I just needed to, like, verbalize. I was like, okay, I could do this, like, really terribly, but that could hit on my line.
Yeah.
So I think instead we're gonna plunge the dagger into the temple, like right at the base of the hairline, and let the red blood start to infuse and turn his blue hair and his blue beard into purple.
With all that said and done, with all your tokens put in place, the evidence of not disloyalty, the evidence of a horrible man who's trapped many women, many people in this home, forced them to go nights, sleepless nights, not know what time it is, work them to the bone, make them work against each other. These were tokens of a justice that needed to happen. You don't need to go through your life calling yourself by the Lady Bluebeard, but you will be known forever and always as the one that did away with him. We close our book on this incredible tale of Bluebeard's Bride with this incredible cast. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We are at 51% of the charity little bar that we have going on. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Thank you, Amber, for hosting. We're going to go around that same order as we did last plugs, last introductions, all that jazz. I have been Josephine, your groundskeeper / gatekeeper at Scary Dog Friend. I am a GM over at Going Crit RPG with Amber also in my table. Next Friday is going to be Farewell Yellow House, Call of Cthulhu, incredible game with an incredible cast as well. This coming Monday, I'm going to be over at Exquisite Corpse Presents as a very normal god, normal vibes, everything's fine. I'm on Roll for Luck over at Girls Run These Worlds. I'm going to be running a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot very soon. I'm doing lots of facilitating, lots of stuff. Follow me on Twitter. It is just easier that way. I'm going to pass it over to Oleander.
Hello, I am Oleander. You can find me at Stray Nerd Boy, Twitter, TikTok, and Tumblr, as I said earlier. I'm also the co-host of Blurred of Mouth, which is doing our Horrors of Color horror discussion panel next Sunday at 2:00 Eastern Time, PM, not AM. And the day after, on Monday, we will be launching our first actual play, the first episode of our 3-part series, Woeful Revelry, where we will have an urban fantasy where 3 morally bankrupt people investigate a magical, life-altering circus. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Brandy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy Rose. You can find me on Twitter at the Brandy Rose, on Instagram at Brandy Rose Official, and on TikTok and Twitch as Cutest Patoot. Because I am the cutest patoot. It's my crown, and I have merch that says so. And if you disagree or you'd like to fight me for the title, you can find me at 2 a.m. on the Waffle House by your street, wherever you live. So I do a lot of things. I'm a producer, mainly for work. I'm a producer and actor. I also I produce actual plays and web series. So if you want consult, you can pay me to do that. If you want me to produce something, you can pay me to do that. I also like to teach people how to do what I do. So if you keep an eye on my Twitch and you follow it every time I go live to teach you how to design games or how to design a streaming kit, how to finance and AP, how to budget, how to pay fairly, everything behind the scenes of the industry. I try to show everybody how to do it because I don't want not knowing to be the reason that you can't create things. So there's always that. Apart from that, I have some fun streams myself in between that are just some fun ones, including this Wednesday. This coming one, obviously, October 12th at 8 p.m. Central, we're going to be having an 80s slumber party. So we're going to start out with some 80s personality quizzes that I dug deep through the internet for. We're going to have some snacks. I'm going to try Gushers for the first time in my life. I'm going to try them, and I'm waiting specifically for. I've never had one. I'm very autistic. I saw the advertisement as a kid, and it really scared me. So I never had one because I was afraid my head was going to turn into a fruit. I am, however, now 27 years old, and I can maybe try it now. Also, my friends this week ate some in front of me, and they're fine. So I'm gonna have one. So we've got some really fun snacks. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to talk some hot goss, which means that actually we're going to talk about my favorite author, Grady Hendrix, and his books. We're going to do a little book clubby thing because we're leading it up to end the slumber party with a watch party for Amazon Prime's My Best Friend's Exorcism, which is one of my new favorite movies and already one of my favorite books. So I think it was really great. I think it was wonderfully done. It's only 90 minutes, so it's perfect slumber party time. So we're doing one of those nice big slumber party streams, probably about 4 hours long, at 8 p.m. on October 12th. Other than that, keep an eye on my Twitter for when I appear where, when I do guest things, when I do panels. If you ever want to work with me, I'm really just a DM away. And apart from that, yeah, keep an eye on that space. And then on my pinned tweet, I have a GoFundMe link so people can support me if they can. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for having me. It's been really cool being the Fatale. Very powerful today.
Oh yeah. Kendo.
Hello, my name is Kendrick, or Kendo, whichever you prefer. Again, you can find me everywhere on the internet at Kendo Makes Films. I do tabletop stuff. I used to make films, not so much anymore. There's that. There's that. You can watch old web series that I've made before if you want to on YouTube at Shot Reverse Shot Productions. Find Grand Theft Autumn and Down the Rabbit Hole from like 2018. But you can find the more recent stuff I'm doing now that I'm much better at my craft in my actual play. My award-winning actual play podcast, Tales Yet Told. And you can find it everywhere you get your podcasts. We've got episodes that come out every other Wednesday, and this next Wednesday, you've got a new episode coming at you for our newest arc. It's not like a full season. It's kind of like a mini arc. It's going to be like 8 or 9 episodes, but episode 3 comes out for Whispers in the Sea, our gay pirate game. It's very good. We're already kicking some Navy ass and finding some real fun, mysterious pirate magic stuff. Very excited for it. And all the stuff to come. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tales Yet Told, especially because our next season of Prayers in the Static is going to be coming back soon, and we've got a lot of cool stuff to announce about how things are changing, so on and so forth. And you can find all of that info on the Twitter, so go follow it, because that's that's where it's at. If you want to find ways to support any of the shows that I do, you could buy merch at merchyetsold.com, baby. Because that's branding.
That's a good URL.
It's a good URL, and I snagged it quick. So go buy some stickers, shirts, whatever you want. You don't have to. I think they're kind of neat. I've got some over here. I'm not going to move my camera. But they trust and believe that there are 3 of them right here on my computer. That's that. Thank you all for letting me be here. It's been so wonderful being your mother today.
And finally, our wonderful patron here today, Amber.
Hi everybody, I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber, here on Twitter and wow, Twitch. This is my channel. Wow, this is my home. So what do I have going on this week? Well, if you don't know me, I am a ttrpg writer, editor, podcaster, and wow, streamer. And I am the editor of Necrobiotic, which is publishing like soon. And then also the editor of Flabbergasted by The Wanderer's Tome, which literally they hit the printers like this week, so they're like being shipped out like next week or like the week after, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm gonna have a book with my fucking name in it. That's so fucking cool. So if you have a TTRPG that you've written that you need some editing help on, hello, I am actually an award-winning editor and content strategist, actually. So collecting trophies all around here. So in terms of streams you can find me on this week, I am at 12 noon tomorrow going to be on It's Not Easy Being Delta Green over at Tavernot's channel. That is a Muppet Show inspired Delta Green campaign that is going to be sick as hell. And then Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Altered Echo Archives, we're doing Demon the Fallen. Tuesday is my TTRPG study hall, which is my cozy collaborative co-working stream that I do every Tuesday, where I work on my TTRPG projects. If you don't want to hit up Brandy's on Wednesday, if you don't want to hit up Brandy's slumber party, which sounds fabulous and amazing,
That's scary.
I am also doing a cozy baking stream here on my stream because as part of the stretch goals for the Hurricane Ian charity stream we had earlier in the week, I promised a cozy baking stream. So I'm baking, oh my god, I'm baking something from Dessert Person by Claire Saffitz. I forgot what I'm making. I think it's a pineapple and pecan upside down cake.
Godspeed.
Yeah. I've never made one, so let's fucking go, bitch. And then we talked about Cthulhu. Oh, I have a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot on Girls Run These Worlds that I'm running this coming Saturday called DuPont Underground, because there's not enough vampire run in DC, so we're doing it. So that's going to be great. It's going to be super gay and anti-fascist, and I'm really excited for it. We had our session 0 last night, and the things my players came with, I'm floored. I cannot wait to see Glyza playing a Nosferatu VTuber. I can't wait to see Sam Lust for Life X playing a Tremere Howard University med student. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So, yes. I am very bad at outros, so I guess I have one that I do here. If you are a regular of the channel, you should know this, but I am proud of you. I think especially after a game like this, we need like something light and a reminder that we're loved, right? So I am proud of you for making it here today, Saturday, October 8th, 2022, and I'm proud of you right there behind the camera for making it here to today. You are wanted, you are loved, and you are needed. And tonight it's by us here who played Bluebeard's Bride, because god, that game was dark, right? And let's see, who should we raid into now? Who is live? Oh, it looks like TTRPG Gifts is up. They're playing D&D. Oh yeah, because they're doing like that whole day of Latino creators. So let us raid into them. If I can remember the... Yes. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid into TTRP Gifts. Why is it not? Oh, there it is. I was like, where did the notification go? So thank you so much for coming in, watching. Thank you for helping us get to $250 raised for the Rape and Incest National Network. If you've seen my thread this week, it is something that is very near and dear to my heart. So thank you for contributing to such an important cause. Hug your loved ones tight tonight. Let them know you're here for them, and we will see you next time. Bye. Say bye, brides.
Bye, bride. Bye, bride.
Bye, brides.
Beyblades.
Let it rip.
Okay, we are out.
Nice.
Amazing.
I love when we get to raid Jorge.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like the top
am-
of the list.
That was so tight. That was so fun.
That was
Yeah.
great. We
You-
killed him. Yeah.
We did.
We got to
Killed
stab the
'em.
fuck out that man.
we
That was a
literally-
very empowering stream. That was